Okay, here we have order of operations. Now, operations and mathematical expressions must be evaluated in a systematic order, which can be simplified using the acronym PEMDAS. Now, I'm also going to include here where it says P represents for parentheses. But, okay, it's not just parentheses that we need to look at. Okay? It can also be represented as brackets. Okay, it could also be braces. It could also be fraction bars. It could also be absolute value bars. Okay, it could also be a square root symbol. So basically what that means is they're all considered grouping symbols. So the first step is to simplify all the grouping symbols. Okay, then we have exponents. So then you simplify all the exponents. And then you're going to simplify multiplication and division, and then addition and subtraction. So, given a mathematical expression, simplify it using the order of operations. So number one, we're going to simplify any expressions within grouping symbols. Number two, we're going to simplify any expressions containing exponents or radicals. Number three, we're going to perform any multiplication and division in order from left to right, and perform any addition and subtraction in order from left to right. So we're going to use the order of operations. So use the order of operations to evaluate each of the following expressions. So the first part, if you read it from left to right, you got 3 times 2 squared minus 4 times parentheses 6 plus 2. So here we're going to first do what's inside the parentheses because that's a grouping symbol. So 3 times 2 is 6. Then we're going to square it. Minus 4, and then what's inside the parentheses here is 6 plus 2, which is 8. So what we've done is we simplified the parentheses first. Now, according to order of operations, we're now going to simplify the exponents. So 6 squared is 6 times 6, which is 36, minus, then we're going to do the multiplication, 4 times 8, which is 32. And now we're going to go ahead and do the subtraction. So 36 minus 32 gives us an answer of 4. So the answer is 4. Okay, next, part B. We have 5 squared minus 4 divided by 7 minus the square root of 11 minus 2. So what we're going to do first is we're going to do a grouping symbol. Now we have a fraction bar, but we want to make sure we can work this first, which is a square root. So what's inside the square root is 11 minus 2. So we're going to do the subtraction, which is a grouping symbol. So 11 minus 2 is a 9. So then we're going to take the square root of 9, which means we get 3. And now we have 5 squared minus 4 divided by 7. So now what we're going to do is we're going to simplify the exponent. So 5 squared is 25. So we have 25 minus 4 divided by 7 minus 3. Then we're going to do the subtraction. So 25 minus 4 gives you 21. Divide that by 7 minus 3. So 21 divided by 7 gives you 3. And so 3 minus 3 gives you 0. Now, note that in the first step, the radical is treated as a grouping symbol, like parentheses. And also in the third step, the fraction bar is considered a grouping symbol. So the numerator is considered to be grouped. Let's take a look at part C. We have 6 minus the absolute value of 5 minus 8 plus 3 times parentheses 4 minus 1. So we're going to evaluate grouping symbols first. So we have this absolute value in the parentheses. So we have 6 minus, inside the absolute value is 5 minus 8, which gives you negative 3. Plus 4 minus 1 gives you 3, so it's 3 times 3. And now we're going to simplify the absolute value. So we have 6 minus the absolute value of negative 3 is 3. plus 3 times 3. And then we're going to go ahead with the multiplication first. So we have 6 minus 3 plus 3 times 3, which is 9. And now we're going to go from left to right. So 6 minus 3 is 3. Add 9. 3 plus 9 gives you 12. So the answer is 12. Next, we have 14 minus 3 times 2 divided by 2 times 5 minus 3 squared. So in the numerator, we're going to treat the multiplication first. In the denominator, we're going to treat the exponent first and the multiplication. Well, exponent, excuse me, first, then the multiplication. So 14 minus 3 times 2, well, 3 times 2 gives you 6, so it's 14 minus 6. Then we have 2 times 5 minus 3 squared, which is 9. And then we would go ahead and then treat 2 times 5 as the multiplication, so that would give you 10. So 14 minus 6 is 8. 10 minus 9 is 1. So 8 divided by 1 gives you 8. Next question is 7 times 5 times 3 minus 2 times bracket times parentheses 6 minus 3 minus 4 squared plus 1. So here we have 7 times 5 times 3. We can do that multiplication, so 7 times 15 minus 2. Now we're going to work the innermost parentheses, so this is 6 minus 3, which gives us 3 minus 4 squared plus 1. Then we're going to work within the brackets. So we have 7 times 15 minus 2 times 3 minus 4 squared, which gives you 16 plus 1. And then we still have 7 times 15 minus 2 that we're going to work within the parentheses here. So 3 minus 16 gives you negative 13 plus 1. So we have 7 times 15 minus 2 times negative 13 plus 1. So we're going to go ahead and do the multiplication. 7 times 15 is 105. Minus 2 times minus 13 gives you positive 26, and then plus 1. And then we add those numbers together, we get 132.